got the Vikings leader at quarterback. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Vikings and the Texans, and it's all up next.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays. Anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And just think about what his ceiling in the NFL could be, because when you go back to his one collegiate season as a starter, the full season, he went undefeated, didn't throw an interception, and ran for over 1,000 yards as well. When you see him hit the field, you see a possible superstar in the making.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Houston. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw on third down, Powell. Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Andrew Booth getting sent in on the corner blitz and getting home. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Lance's throw complete there and more. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, who can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 46.
the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. To throw on second down. Powell. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Great play there. His second touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And now out comes Houston. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in. So on that is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Hardman on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Powell. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Texans offense set to regain possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance going up top. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Lance to throw it. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Taylor. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it?
Texans football to start quarter 2. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Powell. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Powell throwing middle, and it's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The Vikings are 3-1 here through the first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late, winners of 3 of their last 4. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And some room to run now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 53 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Lance now on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And some room to work. The 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
From midfield, here's Lance. This one is caught. It's Moore. Touchdown, Houston. Sky Moore, 50 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
So they've been playing defense in this one. There's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On third down, Powell. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
He's got a man, complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the gun, it's Lance. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Sky Moore as the first half is winding down. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A final shot before break. Powell taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached... Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Big play. The second touchdown of the game has fallen in. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score in about a minute of the third quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year was a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth puts it on. And the Vikings are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the gun on 3rd down. Powell. And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lance's throw here into the hands of Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Here's Lance. That's complete right side to Kmet. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. On 1st down, Lance. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Lance going to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. First down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Lance. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14.
Here we go. Ready, go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Andrew Booth able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. It'll be Cruz here on the carry. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they need a miracle on 4th down. And this one is right through. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21. So a response there to the touchdown of the opening drive of this 3rd quarter as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think he'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown. But the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now out comes Minnesota. Throwing to start the drive. Powell is going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Powell. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Powell got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw again. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far,
now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. They'll look to throw again. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw on 2nd down. Powell. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep...
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Vikings have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
You could have scanned down forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Houston. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Powell looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and we can knock on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now the Texans down by 7. A minute 56 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Lance back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time here. Lance. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Lance. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Lance looking to throw. Gets this to Moore. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Got his man complete. Moore. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
He'll look to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Outright and brought in by Moore. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. There he goes, left side. 30. 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties with big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Point after, right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation